We're gonna make this super quick, super easy, super simple, which is exactly what I was thinking of when I did my hair today.
You're still pretty. Put your hair back on.
I'm scared of stepping foot outside of my house right now because at any second, a high schooler could just snatch my head off, because that's how they joke. That's how they joke. I don't want them to see what's underneath here. Yeah. Today's video, girl, I'm pulling the curtain back. I'm gonna show you all exactly how I film and edit my YouTube videos. I want to take you all from the very beginning, the genesis of a YouTube video for me, and that is with an idea. So I'll open up my notes app and I'll just type in a general one-liner of what I want to film. How to wash your natural hair, how to film and edit a YouTube video, how to use super glue as a styler.
What? It don't move.
I used to script my videos word for word.
Bar for bar.
Now I'll script it maybe lightly, but what I really need is just an outline of how the video is gonna go. Intro, then this, then that, and then outro.
And scene.
And then I'll imagine maybe what B-roll makes sense for each of those sections. So if I'm like, oh, next step, I'll wash my hair. I wanna make sure that I put in there, get B-roll of the products that you're using. Maybe you want a close-up of the water turning on. And then I'll have that on my phone as I'm filming. That's what I call a shot list. I'm doing it real scrappy. This ain't Warner Brothers Studios, baby. This is WillOnAWhim's second bedroom that he uses as an office.
This ain't the Oscars, is it? I'm used to something a little bit different, but let's go. We bring our own drinks up in places like this.
But a shot list helps quite a bit, not only in organizing how you film, but also to get you to think about ways in which you can make your videos more visually interesting.
Turn this on. Turn it on!
Now, when it comes to actually filming, I'm worried about 3 different things, and this is where I'll kind of get up.
Girl, get up.
Hey girl.
Hey,
All
yo.
right, so behind the scenes, I'm worried about 3 things when it comes to filming, and that's light, sound, and image quality, i.e. the camera. So camera, lights, sound. For my camera, I'm a Sony mirrorless kind of guy. I don't really know what the difference is, girl. I don't care. I just know that the image is good because there's like DSLR and mirrorless and all this stuff. I just use Sony.
We don't know anything about that. All we know is we just got here.
This is it right here. This is the Sony 7S III. It's a real expensive camera. I'm gonna link all this equipment down below if you are interested in it, but I'll also list cheaper alternatives because
Thank you.
This is
I really appreciate
this
it.
is like you could film a movie on this, but you don't have to start off with any of this, baby. You could just use your phone because your phone is actually a really great camera. Most cameras and phones are really great. All you need is a really great light source and maybe good sound. The Sony 7S III is a full frame camera, which, how do I explain this? So if this camera wasn't a full frame lens, I'd be a little bit zoomed in a little bit.
Okay.
And I think the quality of the image would be just a little less crisp. Full frame sensor can read more light information and therefore give you higher quality. So there's that. Also, what matters is your lens. So I have quite a few lenses. The one that's on here now is a Tamron 28 to like 75. Yeah, so it zooms in pretty well. Like it zooms in pretty nicely. I do have a zip.
Nasty.
And she gonna get all of that on camera because she could zoom in. Now zoom out. Yeah, zoom out, baby. 25 to 75. You'll learn in the world of lenses that there are fixed lenses and then lenses that have kind of a zoom range. Fixed lenses are just, they don't zoom in or zoom out. They're fixed. And you'll also learn that the higher the number, the more kind of zoomed in it is. And the lower the number, the wider the angle. So this right now is at 28 millimeters. That's the lowest this one can zoom out to. And you get this much space. This is 75.
You can back up a little bit.
I have this lens as well from Sony. It's a 10 to 18 millimeter. That 10 millimeter, it's a wide angle, so you get a lot of background in there.
Whoa.
This is really great for things like vlogging. I also have this one that goes from 18 to 135. So if 75 was crazy,
You want it crazy, well, you got it now.
135 gets real close, real up and close and personal. I'm gonna link all the lenses that I have down below for you to check out yourself. Also, another camera that I use for like B-roll and sometimes live streaming is the Sony a6400. It's a cheaper version in the Alpha series. It shoots in 4K, it has HD slow-mo, takes great pictures, it's lightweight, really compact. Not a full frame camera though, so it's not gonna give you as great of a picture quality as my Sony a7S III. Now, I also have this big old light right here that sometimes y'all can see in my glasses. Whoa, I be having to angle my head like this, girl, when I'm filming, because this is kind of distracting, right? But this is the Aperture 600D. This is a very powerful light. You do not need this.
Why?
I just got this on Black Friday. It was the same price as the 300D. The 600D versus the 300D, and then there's maybe like 120D. Those are just different kind of levels of output. For reference, a 600D can light up a whole warehouse by itself. If you put it at max capacity. A 300D, great output. It's perfect for what I'm doing, and you can get the exact same image with that. A 120D is just cheaper and it's smaller. So this is the light. I have a stand for it as well that I'll link down below. It's just a C stand, and it's controlled by this massive battery that you can plug into the wall. It also has a light dome on it. Now I had to buy the light dome separate from the actual light. What this does is it softens the light. It softens the light on you so you look good, okay? It just cinematizes every shot. You just look so much better. It washes you in a beautiful light. And I have this grid on here as well that makes it so that there's no spill on either side. So this light is coming directly this way and not lighting over there, you know, and over there, which control over light for an image is super important. Also, white balancing or color balancing. What white balancing does is it makes sure that every white color is actually white. Because a lot of us are just using this feature called auto white balance, which is popular on a lot of cameras, even on the iPhone camera. And what it does is it just makes up stuff. And so you'll be walking around with this yellow image when it should be white, it should be color balanced. So go ahead and look up exactly how to color balance for you and your camera specifically. I also have like OG lights down here, one on either side. Them hoes are from Newer. If you go to Amazon right now and type in like lights for filming, Newer's gonna come up. Got these quite a bit ago, and they just light my background. They just like my background, that's all. And they're RGB, so they can change all kinds of colors. And that's easy. I have one up there as well sometimes as like a hair light, but I rarely use that anymore. I don't think it really does anything. I just don't. And I have this light here as well. This isn't functional. It just is to add some contrast in the back.
Okay.
A lot of people call these practicals. Like on set, when you have a light in the background, it just makes everything look a little bit more fun. For sound, I have quite a few microphones and I use them in different scenarios. Recently, I've been leaning on this one because it's super cute and it's super easy. And all I gotta do, wait, let me make sure it's still, girl, is it still going?
Wait a damn minute.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is the Tascam DR10L Pro.
Okay.
Really great. It's truly just boop, boop.
Like that. Boop.
And turn it on. You just clip it on, girl, right there. 32-bit microphone, which means it can process a lot more data, so you can yell and scream and shout. Or you can whisper. Your audio will never clip. You can always adjust the audio levels in your little software and it'll sound good. It captures all your audio on an SD card that you can put into your computer, and then you can sync it up with your video. It runs on one little battery and it's been kicking for a while. I also have this microphone, which is on this arm that's on this little thing that actually rolls around. The Sennheiser MK600, I think. So you can actually hover it above you, or in certain situations where you can't wear a mic like this. Please is what my hair is saying. Please, a crumb of moisture. So today we're gonna do our hair. Walmart actually is doing this thing where every hour on an hour, they're like celebrating a Black-led, founded, or owned product, all to show the girls that any part of your routine can really be sustained by Black-led product. And it'll capture sound as well, so as long as you have something like this.
What's this?
Which is a recorder. This is all stuff, girl, I had to do so much research on. But this will take an XLR, which is, you know, the cords that come on most microphones. I found these cute XLRs. I can't remember, maybe I got them on Amazon. I'll link them down below. I have one in red, green, blue. They're so cute and they're braided. Really tough, but you would hook this up to your recorder. You put an SD card in your recorder. You can have 4 different mics set up in there at once if you have like a podcast or something.
But what I'm saying is, he and me, they don't talk to us.
Wow.
You can set the levels for each of them, mute them, all that stuff. I also have the famous Shure mic, okay? This is a really good mic. See, one day you wake up with a deep ancestral knowing that your hair looks a mess. But we're gonna use Carol's daughter's Born to Repair system line. It's gonna help us fight up to 1 year of visible damage in one use. I love this. It's just that, well, this kind of, when you're filming videos, this is like in your face.
Out of my face!
You know what I mean? It has to be like right here.
Out of my face!
Sometimes I don't need all this stuff in my face when I'm trying to film. I got another braided XLR cable too. I also hooked this up to my recorder. Hey everybody, welcome back to 99.3 WOAM. Always moisturized, always satisfied, never gentrified. Girl, I don't know.
What?
Listen, I wanted to come in here and say that any of these mics can also be used with a USB adapter plug. So you can just plug it right on into your computer. Ow! You don't need a recorder necessarily. But for the work that I do, it's not that necessary. And if at any point you're feeling like, oh my God, this is so much stuff and it's all so expensive, I agree. I don't do this for play. I do this for serious. 6 years in. Damn. So all of this equipment for me has been an investment. Average person just making YouTube videos won't need all this stuff. Just want to remind you as you're watching that this is just how I do stuff, because I've been getting questions for this for years now, especially after my sacred video. And that's all I had to say. Okay, bye. I also hooked this up to my recorder. Great quality sound that comes from that. Great sound from this too. And I have it rigged up in such a way that there's this handle here that you can just pull down and you can, it'll just stay. Hey, you know what I mean? Whoa. You can just put this anywhere. Yeah, put it down lower and it stays. So it's really easy, really quick, and real agile. And she rolls around. This one y'all have definitely seen me use because I love it. I love holding something and.
Bitch, are you serious? Give me that fucking mic. Who the fuck you been at, baby girl?
Kind of talking that way. This is great for just like mobility. It has great sound and it's a bit more intimate. Curology has been the foundation of my skincare routine for I think 3 years now. It might be 4. You know, for y'all, maybe the sound isn't too different amongst all of these options, but for me, I know what it sounds like. Depending on how quick I want the setup process to be and the quality that I'm shooting for, I'll choose a different mic. Now the last piece of equipment that I use that's really important are these poles. Hey, we got the stripper poles. Girl, this ain't no stripper pole.
Dang.
This is called a VARIPOLE. They're pretty much tension rods that are like industrial level and you can hang stuff on them. So for example, this whole backdrop is set up on VARIPOLEs. So I don't have to drill anything into my walls. I just use these tension poles that go from the ceiling to the floor. Super easy to set up and you can mount things like a camera on there. This light, for example, is just hanging off the pole. Overhead lighting, or you can mount a mic off of it. The lights down here are also on the pole back here. It's a great way to save space. All these lights and mics and stuff, all being on a separate tripod, takes up a lot of floor space. And I needed to be able to walk around when I was filming, so the VARIPOLEs came very much in handy. So that's all the equipment that's involved in filming a studio video. I'll also include links down below to like the tripods that I use, all the extra specific things that I use that you might find useful if you're building your own kind of YouTube studio. Now I want to take you to the bathroom to show you how I film in the bathroom. Okay, we are in the bathroom, and as you can see, I have a VARIPOLE up on the ceiling in my bathroom. Now it's a little messy in here. Like I got a bunch of products in here.
I'm gonna clean the table off.
I set this up like a year ago and I just have never touched it. One VARIPOLE stretched horizontally across the room. No drills or anything. It's safe for the walls and the paint. All just a tension rod with like felt pads. I'm gonna link down below all these little contraptions because all these pieces are separate pieces that I had to purchase. But I've been able to mount a light here. And I just turn it on, girl. When I come in here and I need to film, I have another light up here, so I'll just pop that on, and then boom, I'm ready to go, girl. I'm ready to go. Also have this arm mounted for my camera. I shoot on the Sony a6400 that I bought this cage for that actually allows you to mount it from the side, from the top, on the bottom. I'll just sit it on here, twist this around, it'll tighten up, and then boom, I have a camera to film with. Boom. And that's literally it.
Wait a damn minute.
For real?
Wow.
Y'all, that's literally it. It's so easy. I actually have this extension cord that goes from the plug all the way up here, and then all the lights are plugged in there. And something else that's really important, which I think a lot of the girls will need, is something like this.
What?
Girl, what is that? It's a dummy battery, so it pretty much is like a DC to a battery situation. So you can plug up your camera so it can run continuously without losing battery power. You know who sent me that actually? Diva Curl.
Who?
Diva Curl sent me this because we did like a project together. Changed my life. So I have dummy batteries for every single one of my cameras now. Now I don't have to sit there and wait for all these batteries to charge. Anyway, I'm in the shower. I have light. I'll have my camera right there. and I'm filming. Now, girl, when it comes to editing, I have to kind of put a little disclaimer here after I, de-ashify these hands. Shout out to Fenty Buttercream. I'm going to show you the tools that I use, but the way that you use them might be different from the way that I would use them. I can say that I do have process for editing. So here's my process for editing. First, I'll have filmed something. So I'll have a bunch of video files. I also will have like an audio file that goes with that. I'll sync it up to make sure the audio matches the visual, and then I'll cut that down. Okay, all the ums and the ahs and the pauses and the stuttering and all that, I'll cut it all down. That's what I call dry editing. It's just getting the bones together. Then I'll go in and set markers. That's these green things here. When you hover over them, you can see it says cut the camera. That's because I wanted to put a sound bite in here that says cut the camera. So that reminds me to put that there. You can double click it and type that in. So you can type cut the cameras, you can put a comment there. You can add a web link, all kinds of stuff to annotate your editing. So I'll just watch all of my dry edit through and add markers, which is to say, when you come back to this, these are the edits you'll make. Put music here, add a meme there, add some like text over this clip, maybe get extra B-roll for that clip. That helps a ton. So that's all my kind of second round of editing. My third round of editing, I'm just following directions at that point. I'm adding the memes, the music, the text, and the B-roll. And then I finish, I can export it, upload it to YouTube, and then we done.
I'm done. Done.
First of all, I'm using an LG widescreen monitor.
What's this?
Love this. I can have my editing software, a browser, and Photoshop all up at the same time. And I don't feel like I'm fighting for space. I don't have to click over too much. It's just a really delicious monitor. It was expensive. These things are investments. Once again, do not buy if you don't have the money. This is what I'll be using, Adobe Premiere Pro. As you can see, I'm in the middle of editing a vlog. This is kind of what it looks like on a granular level. It's just this, baby. This is called a timeline because one of the memes that I put in there. This is what I do. This is the medium that I work with. It's just 1,000,001 cuts. Every single one of these blocks is a cut that I made. There's audio files, visual files, which can be video or pictures. So on the side here, I have all of the clips, all of the pictures, all of the memes that I could use and drag over to here, the timeline. My job as an editor is to put all that stuff together in a cohesive way that makes sense as a story. Now, Premiere Pro is very powerful. It's for people who are editing, okay? You don't need this, you really don't. You could use iMovie or whatever if you're just starting out. But one thing I will say is that your editing software should never be holding you back. You shouldn't be constantly frustrated with your editing software. If that's the case, it's probably time for you to upgrade. Might be scary because it's a big old learning curve, girl. A lot of new things, a lot of new buttons, but you can figure it out. What I did is I went on YouTube and I just, every time I needed to know how to do something, like, how do I delete this file? How do I add a file? How do I put a picture here? How do I turn the volume up? How do I?
Enough.
I just went onto youtube.com and I typed in exactly that. And there's people out there who will help you learn how to edit. Shout out to Justin OD Show. Back when I was just a little pea-sized like editor, I was watching his videos all the time. Justin OD Show, go check out his YouTube channel. He just sits there and teaches you how to use this software. So I'm not gonna sit here and go through all the ways in which you can like edit a video because there's a whole wealth of knowledge on YouTube. I will though show you something very special, which is my meme collection. This is it. This is it right here.
What?
Huh? All my memes right there.
Child.
This is something called an SSD, different from like a hard drive, which is like right here, which these are like slower. I got this like a long time ago. They're slower, heavier. SSD is a little bit faster, can hold a lot more, and you can edit straight off of these. Like these are great. I'm gonna link these down below too. But on it, I have all these memes. Wow. Girl, literally all these memes, child. Literally just thousands of memes. And I'll name them like rolling eyes or Rihanna shaking or rolling Ray clips.
Manifest your goals.
Hot Cheetos, girl, all these from 6 years back. Safari faint, Safari passing out. Sometimes I'll put 2 clips in there because I won't remember how people's names are spelled, but I need to look them up. So I'll duplicate the clip and just name it something else that I know that I'll probably type in. Because I need to find these clips super fast when I'm editing. I shorthand a lot of things too, like this one, Sisterhood Crying.
We supposed to be a sisterhood, and I don't feel a sisterhood right now.
Exactly. So I know that that girl says sisterhood, and that's the one thing that pops out from me in my brain. So all these here are also right here. All these clips are in my brain.
Right.
When I'm editing, something I say, maybe the situation or the context can actually trigger a meme. Even a movement that somebody makes will trigger a meme in my brain, and then I'll go look it up here. But I download all of these memes from places like Twitter or TikTok or Instagram. Sometimes I'll just have engaged with something in pop culture. Like I watched Flavor of Love when I was younger, and so I remember moments from there that kind of stick out in my brain, and then I'll have to go on a scavenger hunt, baby.
Where's this? Where is she? Scared?
I'm all over the internet looking for this 1 3-second thing that I remember from 10 years ago. That's literally the bane of my existence, which is why I have to do things like this where I keep a meme bank. Every time I find something, finally, I throw it into this meme bank and I shorthand it and name it something that I know I can find again. So that's pretty much it. You can download clips, especially on TikTok. It's so easy. You just can save it. And Twitter is also easy to download. You'll figure it out. Just Google. While I'm here quickly though, these headphones are also really great for editing. Girl, I just pop these hoes on. Yeah, and they give me great sound quality. These are the Sony WXM 500s or something like that. I don't know, girl. And these are the Bose QC35s. These are great quality. Like these have been with me for over 10 years now, and they're still holding up. I use these actually at the gym now, but this gives me such good quality and I can edit and hear every single sound. Also, another thing I want to point out is this. These speakers, girl, they were like under $30. I think they're from Logitech. Great sound. They look cute. Oh, and also this.
What's this?
My MacBook Studio, or Mac Studio rather. Instead of getting a whole Mac desktop, just get the Mac Studio, baby. They're so much cheaper and they run better and they're more portable, and then you can get a widescreen, you know what I'm saying? I also have this cute little lamp here as well. That helps a lot when I'm editing at night. So that's it. I try to give y'all as much tea as possible in the like 2 hours that I had to film this. Any questions at all, let me know down below. I'll answer them, because I know how frustrating it can be sometimes to get a lot of information and still not know really where to go. But I hope that this video helped you a little bit. I would like to be a resource for you all, but I also know that YouTube is a great resource. There's so many channels dedicated to teaching you how to edit, to light, to design, all these things. And you just kind of have to be a student. And then at some point, you'll learn all the tools, and then you'll be able to tap into your own creative and use the tools how you want to use them. Really, I hope you liked this video and you learned something. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. And if you want to stick around, be my friend, be my homie, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me everywhere online, baby. Just don't follow me in real life. Yeah, because then you're going to have to edit your face. Boom. After I knock you out. Hope to see you back here real soon for another episode of WillOnAWhim. But until then, bye. I'm gonna go fix this pimple, baby. Bye.
And they all wanna come to my yard, ice me out and leave me alone. You know I be popping off, switching lanes, swiping cars. They throwing them bags at me, cause obviously I am a star. Run up a check with me, I'll make it rain, I got the funds.